kids, welcome to Terry on Tuesday, and you find us here. It's currently Sunday afternoon-ish, yeah, as I said in my socials, as the cool kids say, in my socials, this is going to be the least productive Marvin video you've ever seen. I know the last couple were me just talking about stuff, but you did see some progress, like some painting going on. But the reason is, the same day that I posted last week's video, which ironically was a Tuesday, I can never get the hang of Tuesdays, I was told that the Cardiff Tattoo Con has been cancelled for this year. It's not that much of a surprise, to be honest, given the situation, but the organisers have been in touch with the Cardiff Council, etc., and all the necessary powers that be, and they can't guarantee a show of over 200 artists and plus traders on top of that, all crammed into a hotel, given the current restrictions, etc. And while this is gutting for another year to be cancelled, it's gutting for me because you forget, it's 2 days of very hard work for me hosting the show. I do a lot of mileage, walking around 4 floors of hotel announcing things and staying later than everyone else, because when everyone else is drinking, I'm still handing out awards. So it is quite gutting that is not going ahead. But then they couldn't sort of hang on to the last minute, book a load of artists in and then have to cancel again. So it's only fair to give everyone a chance to make other arrangements and say, look, don't book your accommodation from wherever you're coming from, etc. So where does that leave us with Marvin? Well, as you can see, he's silver like he was last week. Now, I did say last week that the last bit of 3D printing was done, and then I realised I've got to print, this is for the arms, by the way, this is for the shoulders. I've got to print one of these with a big hole in it, obviously, a bit bigger than this. So what would happen is it would sit on the turntable, and then the head would go on there. So yeah, it's got to be a bit bigger, but then you see, that's lovely, that is. That's basically what we're going to do. So I've got to print one of these. Not sure how I'm going to print it, because I think it's too big to fit on my printer bed, the one I'm going to make. But also, this one was printed in quarters, as you can see. But, yeah, it's printed that way up, basically. My problem is, if I print this way up, there will be slight warpage on it. Remember, there was slight curving at the bottom due to temperatures and stuff, so I have to think about how to do that. Maybe I'll do some tests first. Also, if you just look at, for example, Marvin's top lip there, you can see some slight, in the middle there's some slight, inconsistencies and a dent there just next to his nose. And obviously some dodgy detail around here. I know he's been painted silver, but because the pressure is off now, I think I'm just going to jump in there with a needle file and some paper and try and clean him up even more. Because 90% is no longer a thing that I can, settle for, because the show isn't going ahead. So why not spend a little longer making him a bit nicer? So I'm going to do that. Now, tomorrow afternoon, being Monday, I'm going to have a Zoom call with my friend Mark, who's got the torso for Marvin currently. It's a big fiberglass planter, in fact, a square one. And he's going to start cutting the holes for the arms, head, etc. So that's still going ahead. All this is going ahead. I purposely haven't done anything for a week on Marvin, really, apart from the painting, because the pressure is off. And after doing 7 or 8 weeks worth of got to do something every day, now the deadline has been moved a year. So although there's still a personal deadline, I do want to see him finished, and we're getting close to it. I'm going to do what I can every week. So what do I do? Do I cancel the countdown for Marvin's thing? Because it's not like there's 6 weeks, 5 weeks to go now, because there's nobody. Do I reset it back to 52 weeks to go? I don't know. You'll have to let me know in the comments, I suppose. Should I just pause it and just occasionally update you on Marvin while I'm talking about other stuff? Because I have missed talking about other things, general life things and other projects, and I've got stuff coming up. I've just I don't have any with me. My book's come out, a children's book. Put the details down here, and in the description there's a link where you can buy a book. Book's going really well, actually. We've only had a print run of 150 copies to start off with, and most of those have sold. We need to sell them all to break even, pay for the printing and stuff, so I'm not making myself rich by any standards. I get 25% cut of the book price, which is good for most publishers. If I was with Penguin and the books were selling for $7.99, I'd get about 79p apparently. I get £2 a book from a $7.99 book, so that's 25%, which is a really good deal, actually, especially from a small independent publisher. My Candy Jar are not huge; they're not a Penguin by any stretch, but they're growing. They're doing really well. They work bloody hard, and I'm more than happy to give them the 75% for all the work they do. There's 3 people in that office, and they work their butts off 7 days a week, not 5 days, 7 days a week. So yeah, someone said to me the other day, a lady picked up the book from the doorstep and she said, "Who drew it?" Oh, my sparrows are out there. Hello, sparrows. I'm a sparrow. Hello. You can't see this. I feed the sparrows and they come to sit on the fence and watch me. Hello. What do you want? Yeah, I know. I haven't put any seed out. I will. He's talking to birds now. He's getting a bit potty. No, so I was saying, this lady said, "Who drew your book? Who illustrated it?" I'm like, me. My name's on the cover. But admittedly, it just says Terry Cooper. It doesn't say illustrated by Terry Cooper. It just says Terry Cooper. So, no, she was quite surprised. And I'm like, oh, wow. Because sometimes I forget that unless people are told specifically stuff, they can't assume it. They don't know. So, no, it's gone down really well. A lot of people have given me feedback and said, oh my goodness, the quality's really good, the illustrations are good, the message of the book is good, the rhyming is good, thank goodness. Someone even said the font is brilliant, and the font is very similar to, but not exactly, the same font as the Gruffalo, which I found. Anyway, so that's doing really well. I'm posting out copies, I'm handing out copies on the doorstep, and the copies are going out from the publisher as well. There's that. The musical is still going ahead. We did an online rehearsal on video, which was a read-through and a chance to meet virtually some of the cast and crew. I'm hoping to go and meet the composers of the songs at some point soon to either record the finished version of my songs, 6 of them. Yeah, so again, complete lack of content this week. Just talked about the book, just talked about Marvin, just talked about musical and other stuff. What would you like me to do for the next few videos? As you know, I have a kit version of a huge full-size Dalek in there, which I haven't done any work on purposely because of Marvin. Should I make a start on that? Now Marvin can progress a bit slower. Should I start working on the Dalek as well and document that and show you occasional Dalek videos? Could be fun. I know people like Daleks. Doctor Who's always popular. Anyway, I don't know what to do. I have missed doing ones where I just ramble. I have missed ones where I do funny stuff, crazy edits and all that kind of stuff. That's it for me for this week. No edits, no zooming in, no nothing. Just me, you and a cup of coffee and a robot who's clearly got even more reasons to be unhappy. But I will see you next week. Hopefully the regular people who comment on my vids will give me some sort of guidance as to what to do. So thank you for that, guys. Someone asked me about a sequel to Monsters Next Door. Already, the second they said that, the brain starts ticking, so I've got ideas for that in my head already. But that's never going to be made unless we sell, a decent number of the first book. There's no point in me bashing out books and selling 50 copies of each and everyone's getting like no money for it. Anyway, I'll see you next week for more very vague, I have no idea what's coming up, Terry on Tuesday. Take care now. Bye bye.